Good evening and welcome to Jacket Stadium as we get set to open up the first week of high school football in the state of Missouri. I'm Alex Boyer, and alongside me tonight will be my color commentator, Mike Flanders. Tonight, the Lebanon Yellow Jackets play host to the Parkview Vikings. Weather's been a factor for all the teams around the state of Missouri, and it was announced on Monday that this game would be pushed back to 8 o'clock due to severe heat. Well, regardless, it's almost time for high school football here on Jacket Sports Network. We'll cut it down to the field as the Lebanon High School dance team and marching band gets set to perform. Make sure you stick around for a hype video made by Brian Swino of Swino Visuals. You're not going to want to miss it. We appreciate you guys tuning in for tonight. You're listening to the Jacket Nation Sports Network, brought to you by the Heritage Bank of the Ozarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, you'll turn your attention to the field between the 40-yard lines, and please make welcome the LHS Dream Team.
great job there by the Lebanon Dream Team and the LHS Marching Band. Always fun to see those programs perform. And we have about 14 minutes until kickoff. We'll hear from some of our sponsors and be back right after this. You're listening to the Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
So as we get set here, almost time for kickoff at Jacket Stadium and week 1 about to get underway. Let's take some time and thank some of our sponsors. First up, we have Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Are you looking for a low-risk savings tool? Heritage Bank of the Ozarks has CD specials to boost the amount you earn in interest. Call them at 532-BANK to learn more about this offer from your Heritage Bank of the Ozarks neighbors. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Missouri Cooperage. Missouri Cooperage is a proud sponsor of Jacket Nation Sports and wishes Lebanon High School athletics the best of luck this season. Jonesy's Travel Center. Jonesy's Travel Center is located at 2031 West Elm Street in Lebanon. Be sure to be on the lookout for the upcoming Jacket ID promotion that will allow student drivers and the Lebanon R3 school faculty members to receive a handful of discounts. Jonesy's wishes the Yellow Jackets good luck this year. And then we have Pillar Insurance. Pillar Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency, providing business, personal, and farm insurance to the Lebanon community. Call Jason Russell or Gary McClure at 417-532-6050 for your insurance needs. Pillar wishes Lebanon football good luck this season. Quality Heating and Air. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, we are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. We continually strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that each client receives the very best services. Call today at 417-532-6239 and go Jackets. Team FBC students, Wednesday night church for Lebanon students 6th through 12th grade. Services at 6:30 on Wednesday nights at First Baptist Church located at 311 North Madison. Just 11 minutes now, and again, I'm Alex Boyer, and alongside me, my color commentator, Mike Flanders. Mike, we blinked, and it's high school football season now, so how are we feeling tonight?
You know, Alex, we've had August, both of us have had August 25th marked on our calendar for months. We see a Parkview team tonight that's hungry, that has a new coach, first-year coach coming in, and obviously we love our Yellow Jackets. We've won 5 straight district championships in the last 6 years, and we've won 3 of them straight. High expectations, high caliber offense. Lebanon also brings seasoned defensive backs, and led by Gavin Smith and Jax Glendenning. I look forward to finally seeing this team compete, another year of maturity on some of these guys.
Yeah, and then of course you mentioned Parkview being hungry. It's going to be interesting to see how first-year head coach Cameron Bruffett really handles the expectations at Parkview, a team that's kind of struggled in years past, but sounds like they have some athletes out and they're pretty excited about what they have.
Yeah, you can't argue that coach brings a lot of experience. He had a great career at Evangel and all-conference player, and even was an All-American. Spent some time at Rogersville and 5 years as offensive coordinator for Rogersville. And then again, first year, his inaugural year as a Viking.
Yeah. And so you're listening to Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube. And here is a hype video made by Swino Visuals, Brian Swino. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll get ready, and we'll be back right after this.
The team, the team, the team. That is why we are all here tonight. Think of the great moments of excitement and exhilaration that come from a team. But for a team to bring you those moments, everything matters. Every early morning workout matters. Every rep matters. Every block, every tackle, every inch matters. And the only thing that doesn't matter, the individual. Moments are created and shared collectively. Herb Brooks said it best to his 1980 USA hockey team. Gentlemen, the name on the front of the jersey is a whole lot more important than the name on the back. Think of that moment. No one remembers the names, but everyone remembers the moment. They remember the clock ticking down, USA echoing around the rink, and the final buzzer, victory. The team brings us those moments, and that is why you are here tonight. Tonight, you are searching for that moment, and your role in that moment matters. Every cheer executed, every note played, every third down where you're standing on your feet screaming until your lungs bleed matters. So Jacket Nation, get on your feet. Another step up the mountain takes place tonight. Your moment is waiting for you. Jacket football is here.
We're back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Network. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that hype video made by Swino Visuals. Brian Swino does a great job of filmer and videographer around Lebanon. Make sure you hit him up for all your needs. If you ever need family pictures or a video made for your business, Brian Swino with Swino Visuals. We have about 5 minutes until kickoff. Mike, what do you think is going on right now on the Lebanon sideline? You've been a part of the staff before. What's this feeling like getting ready for a new season?
For me, there's nothing like it. You know, you look forward to it all off season. You know, Coach Christian has these guys working so hard. Right after the season ends in mid to late November, they jump right back into it after the holidays. They've been working hard. There's a lot of anticipation. Probably a little bit of fear in some of these guys, but it is time to play some football. You know, we're coming off a great year. We've got a healthy team, got a seasoned battery with the offense, and I'm just looking forward to watching it all play out in front of us live on Friday night.
Yeah, and last week the Jamboree, I thought the offensive presence of Braden Christian, some of the young talent was shown with with those young guys. What do you think about the depth that this team shows?
I'm excited about that. I was, obviously you lose a Cade Musha to graduation, and you just scratch your head thinking, all right, what's coming? And it just seems like Coach Christian and Coach Summer have these guys reloaded every year and ready to go. The way that they excel, even down to the kids, the younger kids on Saturday mornings. They really do an excellent job at building a whole program. It's not just a varsity and it's good to go. We've had a lot of success even with this freshman group going down into junior high and into the little kids playing on Saturday. They do a great job of building a culture here at Lebanon. Coach Christian has done phenomenal. Into his 19th year?
19th year. It's crazy. You never want to take a good thing for granted, and you don't ever really see that in the coaching world anymore with coaches being able to stick around at one spot, but Will Christian has done just that and really made a name for himself here at Lebanon.
For sure, and on the defensive side of the ball, we've talked about offense. On the defensive side of the ball, we do have some guys coming back. I'm excited to see the defensive backs. It seems like in the Ozark Conference we see a lot of spread. We see a lot of chucking the ball, and looking forward to seeing these guys. We have some great athletes back there, some seasoning with the defensive backs too.
Yeah, definitely. And then I have about 30 seconds here until we'll get to the coin toss. And again, want to take time to thank our gold sponsors of the night: Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Missouri Cooperage, Mercy Hospital Lebanon, and Jonesy's Travel Center. And if you want to be a part of the Jacket Nation team, email me at alex@jacketnationsports.com, and appreciate you guys joining in. And we're about 10 seconds away from the coin toss, so we'll cut it down to the field and be back right before the start of kickoff. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. Welcome back as we get ready to start the opening kickoff of the 2023 football season. Parkview won the toss and deferred to the second half, so that means we will see Gavin Smith and the Lebanon Yellow Jacket offense out here first, just getting ready to be set for kickoff here. I can't help but notice to look to my right, Mike, and see this new wonderful video board that was presented by some awesome donors and some awesome people around the community. So it's awesome to see Lebanon getting some new stuff and upgrading.
Yeah, it's been a exciting off season all over the sports department. Coach Christian has been busy, and they've got some some brand new scoreboards that will be showcased in all sports across.
That's right. So we're getting ready to be underway here at Jacket Stadium as the Vikings get set to kick off. The deep man back for Lebanon is number 8, Cannon Roark, and number 5, Evan Ogle. So we'll see the Yellow Jackets on offense first, and we'll be underway here shortly. Booted deep, and it's caught by Cannon Roark at about the 12-yard line. He bursts up the middle to about the 34-yard line, and that's where Lebanon will take over on downs to begin this 2023 football season. Starters for Lebanon tonight, obviously we talked about Gavin Smith at the quarterback position, Jax Glendenning, the returning junior at fullback, slot backs Abe Allen, a new face back there, along with Drew Bowling. And we'll talk about the offensive line here shortly after this play as Gavin Smith gets set for the first play of the 2023 season. Smith calls Allen in motion, but then he stops and looks back at Summer. A hard count by the Yellow Jackets here early. Smith now calls Bowling over to his left side, and he gets Smith on the carry. Nice little burst of energy there from Gavin Smith, and you can't mention Gavin Smith. I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about it, but that burst of athleticism that he shows every time he touches the ball is something to behold.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting this year. You know, it seems like every year these quarterbacks run this offense, they just get more proficient at reads, and although there wasn't a read there, it was a great execution from the line from Gavin.
Smith back under center, 2nd and 1. Allen to his right, a handoff to Glendenning up the middle. Nice push there from the Lebanon offensive line, and he gets just to midfield. Looks like they'll mark him at the 50-yard line, and that will be good for a Farm Bureau first down. Big shout out to Scott McCowan for being a part of the sponsorship, and he'll be our first down sponsor for the 2023 football season.
Looks like they're having a little clock issue, Alex. Going to reset the play clock here and maybe give Lebanon a chance to reassess what the defense has going on here.
Jackets have new play clocks with game time on them, so looking sharp there as well. Now they'll get back under center as Smith takes the 1st and 10 snap. It's a pitch off to Allen on the right side. He gets a nice block, and he has a nice burst of speed down the right side, and he gets about 13 yards there. Nice pickup for the junior Abe Allen. Not a guy that a lot of Jacket fans probably know, but they'll hear his name called a lot this fall. A two-way player. He'll be one of the main slot backs and then be the number 1 cornerback for the Yellow Jacket defense. So I know Curtis Allen is expecting big things from him on that side of the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. You got Drew Bowling and Abel stepping in this year, and it's going to be a lot of runs for those guys and a steady dose of jacks down the middle.
Sets up 1st and 10 from 38-yard line, and looks like the officials and telling Coach Will Christian to signal something up here to the booth to maybe fix the time on the clock. It's a first game for everybody.
It is first game for everybody.
First game for us. I'm sure we'll have our blunders as well, but the guys up here do a great job with that stuff.
So we got to.
Looks like they got that all squared away. Still 1st and 10 from the Parkview 37-yard line now as Smith lines back up under center. Allen comes over in motion, but Smith calls his own number. Smith with a burst of energy, and he takes it down that right side. Nice job there by the Lebanon offensive line. Good enough for another Farm Bureau first down.
Yeah, that offensive line, they are a wonder to behold when they get everything grinding and going. They definitely get things moving in the right direction.
Yeah, led by All-State offensive lineman Danny Conrad. He'll be seeing time at the right guard position. Thomas Hout, left tackle, the senior. Cameron Myers, a junior at left guard. Caden Crabtree at the center position and Dathan Durbin at right tackle. As 1st and 10 here, handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he gets about a gain of 3 there before he's wrapped up by a Vikings defender and brought down.
You know, it's funny, Alex. We say, oh, it was a gain of 3. But we'll take 3 and 4 yards every time, Alex.
That's the motto in the Lebanon offense. 4 yards is a good thing. You get 3 plays, 4 yards each time. That's an automatic first down. So Brian Summer not complaining with that at all. 2nd and 7 now, as Smith called Allen over, but hard count and sent him back to the slot back position. Now he calls bowling in motion. It's a handoff up to Glendenning up the middle, and he has a burst, and he gets enough for a 1st and goal situation as he crosses the 10-yard line and goes down to about the 2. You're not going to see many harder runners than Glendenning, and he's started as a freshman and never looked back from that time.
He has, Alex. He's stepped up big time, and carrying the load this year, moving to the fullback spot, and definitely going to get a lot of carries this year.
Now Glendenning's helmet flies off, but he barrels in for the first Lebanon touchdown of the season. Jax Glendenning, 6 points as the Yellow Jackets take an early 6-0 lead over the Parkview Vikings with 9:33 left in the first quarter. Just a dominating drive by the Yellow Jacket offense there, and I'm sure Brian Summer is one happy man down there on the sidelines.
You know, Alex, I'm looking down at my score sheet here, and it's like 7 yards, 3 yards, 7 yards, 3 yards, 9 yards, 13 yards. Kind of hard to complain about that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a challenge for Parkview to see what adjustments they make.
6-play scoring drive there is now Lebanon offense will stay onto the field. As they go for a 2-point conversion attempt. Well, now it looks like they might have taken the touchdown away and called it that he was short, but can't tell for certain. They're telling him to run the clock, so I guess it is technically 2nd and goal, as now Allen gets the toss down the right side, and he is just marked short at the 1-yard line. So it could be a series of changing events there as
sure
Allen stopped.
So Lebanon will be looking at a 3rd and what's it look like, about 1?
3rd and goal.
And goal from the 1.
I'm guessing it's because Glendenning's helmet came off on the snap. They probably had to blow the play dead there.
I would say that's probably right.
Lebanon still looking for that first touchdown of the 2023 season. Just under 8 minutes to play here.
Looks like
a little early movement there.
So Lebanon
from the Jackets, and you see the flag marker there on the scoreboard as we get the call from the official. False start on the Jackets is the call, so not a good sign here as they had a 3rd and goal from the 1, now be backed up to about the 6.
You know, Brian Summer will definitely have a play dialed up here. They have some situational plays set up to go, and we will see what happens from the 5-yard line.
Smith on 3rd down, calls his own number down the left sideline, goes up the middle and scores into the end zone. Gavin Smith with the first official Lebanon touchdown of the season. We thought it was Glendenning, but play called dead due to an equipment issue, and Lebanon gets on the board with 8:37 left here in the first quarter. Sophomore Rhett Rhodes on to attempt the extra point, and we'll talk about Rhodes a lot this season if I had to guess, but what a phenomenal freshman year for him. One of the first freshman kickers to ever play varsity football for Lebanon, and now he's on to attempt the extra point with Drew Bowling holding, and the kick straight through the uprights. Nice kick there from Rhodes. 7-0 Lebanon with 8:37. You're listening to Jacket Sports Nation on YouTube. We'll be back right after this. Back here at Jacket Stadium as Gavin Smith scores the first touchdown of the 2023 season, and now Lebanon will be set to kick off to the Vikings as number 2 Anthony Nunda deep back to return for Parkview. Nunda, a standout player who was also their quarterback last year, but now we'll see time at wide receiver, and we'll get a look at Cameron Bruffett's offense as Rhodes' kick goes just out of bounds down that left sideline, and Parkview will set up shop from the 30-yard line. The 35-yard line, sorry, pardon me. Apologize about the clock. Trying to figure out a way to get that clock to stay there, but Cameron Bruffett, you already said, was a offensive coordinator at Rogersville for 5 years before taking on this job at Parkview, so we'll see what they have to offer there.
Well, it doesn't take much to see this side. They've got some size over here, I believe. He clocks in at 6'8", and they go right to him.
Jamal Johnson, the 6'8" wide receiver, number 17, catches it on first down and gets enough there as he gets about 15 yards to midfield.
A 15-yard gain, and obviously with a athletic receiver like that at 6'8", this will push the Yellow Jackets. We'll see what adjustments they make, because I'd say we're getting a steady dose of number 17 on the outside.
Benjamin Rice. Takes the snap there and hands it off for about a gain of 1. Bottled up at the line there by, looked like number 7, Nick Allen on the tackle there. Allen had a nice summer, Mike. I know the coaching staff is high on him, and they'll hope that he builds off that and has a good fall.
Yeah, if he can continue the effort like he did there, we're gonna rack up some tackles for him. You see them come out 3 wide over to the far side of the field. On this side is their tall guy. And another great job, swarming job by the Jacket defense as they pick up 1 yard. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Just across Lebanon's territory. Going with an empty backfield on 3rd and 9.
Cayman James at quarterback for the Vikings. He won a job this summer and calls his own number there on 3rd and 9, but met at the 46-yard line by Griffin Jones, and Jax Glendenning brings up 4th down for the Vikings. We'll see what Cameron Bruffett decides to do. My guess is he'll go for it here.
Yeah, I don't see a punt team coming on for Parkview. They're looking over, getting the...
Not very often you see a quarterback wear number 0. We thought that was number 8 at the beginning. Hard to tell with those green numbers here up here in the press box, but number 0.
A bad snap, and it looks like
tackled all the way in the backfield there. Nice play by the senior outside linebacker, Griffin Jones. Jones showed a nice speed there and made a good play on the quarterback to give the Yellow Jackets even better field position than what they would have had originally.
Lebanon's defensive coordinator, Curtis Allen, will take a long bad snap on a 4th and 6 anytime, Alex, and Lebanon will pick the ball up. Looks like about the 36-yard line. So we're at 6:16 in the quarter. Lebanon's offense will come back in.
And we'll take one of our first mandatory water breaks. That is a mandatory by Misha. So we'll stick around here, and we'll be right back after this on Jacket Nation Sports Network. Back at Jacket Stadium for the opening night. Mike, I'm looking down at the field and I'm seeing a nice crowd for the weather that we've had this week. So Yellow Jacket fans don't care whether it's snow, rain, or hot weather. They'll be here.
Yeah, we're a little worried. They had to practice late all week at 8 o'clock and getting ready for the game as Gavin Smith steps back to pass but decides to tuck it and keep it.
Nice play there by Smith as his deep man, Cannon Roark, tried to look for Roark down the field, but he was covered there by a Parkview safety and called his own number to keep it and got enough for a Farm Bureau first down. Ball on the Parkview 24 as Lebanon sets up 1st and 10 with just under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter in week 1 of the high school football season. Hand off to Glendenning up the middle now as he makes one cut. Nice juke there by Glendenning, and he gets down to about the 8 or 6 yard line, my bad, and sets up a 1st and goal, another Farm Bureau first down.
You know, it was a great run by Jax. He got through the line and he actually had made a nice little move to get to that second gear.
That's what makes Glendenning so good, is that first cut move that he always tends to use, and was able to get around a wimpy tackler there and give Lebanon a chance at another touchdown here. 1st and goal is Smith under center now. Hand off to Glendenning up the middle, and he looked like he almost slipped there, but still managed to get his way into the end zone, and Lebanon scores another touchdown to go up 13-0 as the extra point team will come on now, and Glendenning gets his first rushing touchdown of the season. I'm sure he wishes it was 2, but unfortunately, got to play by the rules.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. He did slip a little there. I was a little worried, but he caught his feet, and ended up crossing for a touchdown.
Snap to Bowling. The hold is good and the kick is good. So another Lebanon touchdown and another Lebanon extra point. Lebanon leads 14-0 with 5:21 left in the first quarter. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports Network, brought to you by Heritage Bank of the Ozarks.
I'm Kim Light with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Our Jackets are winners on and off the field. They play with integrity, strive to serve, are true team players, and intentionally seek excellence. Our banking team also embodies these leadership characteristics. When it comes to banking, choose the winning team. Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, and go Jackets. We are all behind you 100%. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
$14-0 Lebanon over the Parkview Vikings as Jax Glendenning, the junior, got into the end zone on that drive for the Yellow Jackets. And we'll see the Lebanon defense back out there again as Rhett Rhodes gets set to kick off with Nunda back to return deep for the Vikings. Rhodes kicks off, nice tackle there as he's brought down by a swarm of Yellow Jackets at about the 21-yard line, and the Vikings will be back on the field for the second time tonight. We talked about Bruffett taking over for a Parkview team that hasn't won more than one game in the past 5 seasons, I believe.
Yes.
And so lots of work to do in Springfield, but obviously anytime you can hire a guy that's had previous success at a school like Rogersville, you got to be excited about potentially the future with the Vikings. Came on James and the shotgun, gets the snap and fires it over to Nunda, but off his hands, incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
You know, Alex, they talked about even in their fall preview on the Ozone, they hadn't decided on who their quarterback was going to be. So they
yeah, we could see a little rotation here between the two quarterbacks, as looks like Kamon James came out on top with the quarterback battle there. He was battling with Dylan Mahan. 2nd and 10 now for the Vikings after the incomplete pass. Snap back to James. The lefty scrambles to his right and throws deep. He's got Jamiel James. Just overshoots him, though. Wow. You got to like the length there from James, and he definitely looks the part on the field.
Yeah, you do love his size, but what I like, Alex, is he dove for the ball. He was going all out for it, and I appreciate an athlete that competes at that high level.
Yeah.
Good job, young man.
Coverage there by Abe Allen. Forward the Yellow Jackets brings up a big 3rd down and 10. We'll see what Curtis Allen calls here for after the Vikings turned it over on 4th down the last time out, and now James takes it to his left and gets brought down by the quarterback Gavin Smith. Nice play there from the senior quarterback and outside linebacker Smith there.
Yeah, on that 3rd down, Alex, it looks like they lost about 12, maybe trying to set up a screen on the outside. It looks like, contrary to what we saw last drive, we do see a punt team coming out.
Yeah, 4th and 21, you'd be flirting with danger not to punt this one away. So Smith looks like he'll be going both ways this season as Gunnar Williams, Mason Hendricks, Nick Allen, Glendenning, Avery Starnes, Griffin Jones, Hoyt Honey, Weston McKinney, Abe Allen, Kenny Rourke, and Drew Bowling were the other defensive starters tonight. As now
Gavin Smith
back deep to return the punt and takes a hard hit there.
Hard hit, Alex.
I'm not sure we'll see him back out there returning punts after a hard hit like that. But I was not expecting to see Smith back there to return that punt. It looks like Brian Summer is a little upset at his quarterback for taking a hit like that.
You know, nobody's saying Gavin can't take a hit, Alex. Nobody's saying that.
4:06 remaining now in the first quarter as Lebanon takes over in Parkview territory, leading 14-0. They'll get the ball at about the 45-yard line, and Smith and company will look to score on their 3rd straight possession. Smith under center calls Bowling to his left, and now it's a pass out to the left side to senior Hoyt Honey, who makes a nice catch and gets some extra yards. So first pass of the season is a completion for Smith to Hoyt Honey. Gets about a gain of 12 and enough for a Farm Bureau 1st down.
You know, Hoyt not just caught it there, Alex. He made a great move to get the 1st down.
Yeah.
And I like seeing that diversity in the Lebanon offense. Definitely keeps the defense a little bit honest.
Honey, a standout baseball player for Alex Weatherman, who obviously last spring in his first year, 24 wins, broke a school record, and I'm sure he's excited to get Honey back on the baseball diamond. But for now, it's time for him to be on the gridiron. As on 1st down here, it's a handoff to Glendenning, and he gets a burst up the middle, and he'll go into the end zone for a Lebanon touchdown. Nice effort there from Jax Glendenning to break a couple tackles. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and now Lebanon cruising here up 20-0 with 3:31 left in the first quarter.
Glendenning picks up another 39 yards there after that 1st down by Hoyt Honey. And again, for the 3rd time in the first quarter, we see Rhodes coming out, keeping his leg warmed up.
So 2 touchdowns by Glendenning and a rushing touchdown by Gavin Smith, the scoring so far in the first quarter. Rhodes extra point, good. 21-0 Lebanon with 3:31 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this. Yellow Jackets says a 3rd consecutive scoring drive for Lebanon puts them up 21-0 with just 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. As Rhodes gets set to kick off, and the Vikings will have Anthony Nunda and Isaiah Potts back to receive the kickoff. Caught by the Vikings at the 12-yard line. He tries to go to the left side and is hit immediately there by nice kickoff coverage there by Ogle, and looks like number 30, Evan Nichols, made the tackle there for the Yellow Jackets. So nice play there to contain a speedy Potts, and the Vikings will come back out to the field on the 18-yard line and will look to get their offense finally rolling after a couple rough first series there.
Yeah, they have not run the ball much, Alex. We'd heard them touting about 3 running backs they had, and we haven't seen much of that today. So I'd like to think that maybe they'll mix it up a little and keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving.
If I had a 6'8" wide receiver, it'd be hard for me to want to run the ball.
I agree, too.
As James calls his own number there on a quarterback keeper down the right sideline, and his helmet pops off there after a hit out of bounds made by Bowling and Starnes. So James will have to come off a play.
They did. There was a flag there, Alex. I didn't see it, but they waved it off, whatever it was. And I guess maybe the helmet falling off, hidden amongst the Yellow Jacket, the new uniforms on the Yellow Jacket sideline. He gets to stay in.
Yeah, the black tops, black pants with the white helmets for Lebanon this year, as they're rocking a new style in 2023. Obviously, the Under Armour jerseys, and they look good so far, Mike.
Well, and you throw those white domes on top, and it's like a cherry on top of a good sundae, Alex.
Second down, and James overthrows his intended target there, as that was number 21 on that was the Casey Hiley. That's the guy that they've been talking about all offseason as one of their fastest players and a track star for the Vikings.
Yeah, they definitely tried to get the ball into his hands there, but there just wasn't much time with the rush that the Jackets are putting on. So here we are, Alex, 3rd and 1, maybe a little bit less than 1. Maybe we'll see a running play here, Alex.
Be surprised if we don't see a James quarterback keeper here on a short 3rd and 1. He takes the snap, and it's a run up the middle with James, and gets enough for a first down to move the chains. Nice play there by the Lebanon defensive line to hold it to a minimal gain, and the Vikings get a first down. Senior Gunnar Williams on that tackle. He's been a key part of the Yellow Jackets' success the last 3 years, and he's played since he was a freshman, and obviously coaches are excited to have him back out for his senior year. 1st and 10 from the Parkview 29-yard line as James gets set to take the snap. It's a pitch to the right side, almost picked off there by Nick Allen on the pitch. That would have been amazing, but nice run there by Hiley, and gets a gain of about 2 before he's swallowed up by the Lebanon defense on the left sideline.
You know, Alex, I'm really impressed with the defensive line from Lebanon. They're continuing to put some pressure on, and obviously they're subbing some, getting some fresh legs in and getting some water.
2nd down and 10 as Kenan Roark was late coming back onto the field there. The Vikings had a plethora of receivers over there as James goes back to pass and tried his intended target there. Number 15. 3rd down and about 8 yards now, Mike. And I would expect Curtis Allen to send a little bit of a blitz here, and we'll probably see James try to throw it to his other 6'8" wide receiver as the Vikings look to extend this drive. Jamal Johnson.
He is on the far side this time, Alex. He got trips this way.
We got single coverage as it's a handoff to Hiley up the middle, and he goes absolutely nowhere. As nice play there by Nick Allen on that play, and he swallowed him up and held them to a minimal gain. Now the Vikings will be forced to bring on the punting unit. So Nick Allen, we've called his name a couple times tonight, and he's shown that the hype was real with his offseason, and as the Vikings are forced to punt now. Number 5, Weston McKinney, back deep for the Jackets now, and it didn't take long for Brian Summer to see enough of Gavin Smith returning punts and call on somebody else for that duty.
Weston's an athletic sophomore, I believe. They have him slated as backup quarterback, Alex, and he'll probably get some defensive back time too. Looks like a little bit of a shanked punt that takes a Lebanon bounce.
No chance to return that punt, and ball goes backwards. So,
and we'll stay in Lebanon territory. Looks like about the 48-yard line. The minute 13 left in the first quarter. See if Lebanon can punch it in one more time here to make it a 4 in the quarter, Alex.
Yeah, don't see that very often in high school football, so would be a good accomplishment by them. Of course, the Yellow Jackets, high expectations on the offensive side of the ball after an incredible 2022 season last year. 11-2 record and their third straight district title as the Jackets get ready to take over here on the Parkview 48. Hand off to Bowling as he comes in motion, and he'll make a man miss and go down the left sideline, break another tackle as he's thrown out of bounds. And now a little scamper on the sidelines.
And there is a flag, Alex. They did throw a flag on that.
And it looks like Bowling maybe thought it was wrestling season as he
tried to
kind of threw him there. So I'm sure Nathaniel Rogers happy to see Bowling in midseason form.
I do like to see that fire from Drew. I also want to enjoy football season for a little bit longer before we go to winter sports, Alex. We're just getting started here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Vikings after the skirmish on the sidelines results in an extra 15 yards for Lebanon after a 9-yard Bowling carry.
Drew did make a good cut there. He started off on coming the outside, and he was reading like he's supposed to do, reading the block of, I believe it was Hoyt Honey out here, and cut it inside to get that first down. So Lebanon picks up another first down.
And looks like after the penalty, the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. And before the snap, want to take time to thank Austin Shoemaker for running the camera tonight, Garrett Brown on the scoreboard duties. So appreciate those guys spending their Friday nights up in the press box with us. Smith under center now, drops back to pass, and he throws it out wide to Kenan Roark. The coaching staff's been high on Roark as he catches the screen pass and gets about a gain of 2 before he's swallowed up by the Parkview defense.
You know, Alex, I love that call, keeping the defense honest, making sure that they can't just load the box up, and a little bit of some of what we'll see when we play Glendale, some of those little flare screens we see, Alex.
I think that's one of the new plays that added to the Lebanon playbook this summer. Haven't been seeing the tunnel or the bubble screen to a wide receiver yet with this offense. So new plays being added left and right as Smith takes the snap and hands it off to Glendenning up the middle, and Glendenning is met at the line of scrimmage by a Parkview defender. And that should take us to the second quarter as Lebanon up 21-0. Nice start for the Yellow Jackets so far, Mike, and you worry a little bit about these first game jitters, but none for Lebanon so far. Yeah,
it looks like they're handling things well. And, Lebanon, for this year to go the way that they want it to, we're going to have to stay healthy. We're going to have to get some young guys stepping up, and we're going to have to continue just to keep moving the ball, controlling the clock, and just playing some Yellow Jacket football.
Yeah. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Back for action here in the second quarter as Smith takes the snap and runs it down the right side and gets some good yardage there to start us off here in the second quarter. And Before we get going too far, I want to take time to thank our sponsors, title sponsor, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Missouri Cooperage, Jonesy's Travel Center, and Mercy Hospital of Lebanon. And if you have any interest in sponsoring with Jacket Nation, email me, Alex Boyer, at alex@jacketnationsports.com.
You know, Alex, it's kind of exciting this year, seeing the Yellow Jackets perform so well.
As Smith fakes the pitch to the bowling and hands it off to Glendening, and he gets met at the line of scrimmage by the Parkview defense and brings up 2nd and 10. Gunnar Williams comes off the field, and Hoyt Honey will come on the field, so the Yellow Jackets will have a wide receiver look here on 2nd and 10. Has a solid first quarter for Will Christian and his team, but obviously still a lot of ball game left, and he'll want to finish strong these next 3 quarters. Smith licks his fingers and goes under center, calls Abe Allen in motion, and looks like a flag there. I don't know if
It's like a proceed.
Yeah, I don't know if Smith got it off in time. Delay of game on the Yellow Jackets and back them up 5 yards. So 2nd and 14 now.
Lebanon looks like they tried a little bit of a bunch there, and just some of the substitution, they couldn't get the guys in time.
These long plays, you usually like to see Brian Summer likes the toss play, so we'll see what they call here as Smith hands off to Glendening up the middle and met again immediately. So the Vikings defense not giving up after being down 3 scores. The defense still standing strong and showing good effort there as Glendening got about a gain of 1 to bring up 3rd and 13. Maybe we'll see a pass here from Lebanon, or might see one of those toss plays that I mentioned a little bit ago.
Well, Coach Summer also likes that little counter they do, Alex. He likes to roll that one in and sneak that in every once in a while.
Yeah. So we'll see what Brian Summer dials up here as Lebanon breaks the huddle. Cameraman guessing pass here, so we'll see if he knows the Lebanon playbook. Smith, no. Oh, almost another delay game call, and Summer will have to call the first time out of the game. So 9:44 left to play here at Jacket Stadium, and we'll hear from some of our sponsors and be back right after this. Back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube as Lebanon looking to dial up something here on 3rd and 13. Smith fakes the toss and scrambles to his right, looking for somebody downfield, and throws it into the ground as Glendening was the closest receiver nearby. And now we'll get to see Rhett Rhodes come out and attempt a field goal try here.
Probably a good decision there, Alex. Not trying to make a risky play, knowing that you got a weapon in number 42, the sophomore. You know, thinking back, Alex, we had Kendrick Tiller several years back. It sure is
Rhodes' 31-yard attempt just sails a little bit wide to the left, but had the distance just a little bit off on the accuracy there. And I like Christian's confidence in the sophomore kicker to try to go for it there and get points on the board when it's needed.
Absolutely. I like that too. This weather can impact everything.
Yeah, Parkview back out on the field for another possession as Lebanon missed a field goal try, and Vikings hoping to take advantage of that and get some momentum going here in the second quarter. Now Parkview lines up under center and almost the Lebanon type formation there, and handoff to Hiley down the right sideline, and he gets pushed out of bounds after about a gain of 6 or 7.
Hiley's the sophomore, isn't that right, Alex?
Yes.
I think they really like him. And one of the first made runs they get, big runs they get, they give it to that sophomore.
Yeah.
Say he's a little bit shifty and got some speed, and you can see it right there.
6 foot, 195 pounds, so Bruffett will, that's kind of the main thing you got to do at a school like Parkview. You want to keep your athletes around and build something from the ground up. So it's a good start there with Hiley, as now a handoff.
Ball's on the ground, Alex.
Ball's on the ground, and looks like Vikings fell on it.
Vikings came out a little old school themselves, Alex, with the wishbone.
Yeah, it looks like they went away from the shotgun and kind of came out with a wishbone type formation there. So
you wonder what goes through Coach Christian and the defensive staff's mind when they got a new coach that they don't know a whole lot about. That's an offensive guy. Not sure if the Yellow Jackets expected to see some wishbone offense, Alex, but we sure are seeing it a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
I guess you got to try anything you can to get the offense going. And as Parkview back under center now, 3rd and 3, and it's a handoff.
Looks like he's going to pick it up.
Looked like that was.
Guess they did tell us they had 3 good running backs, Alex, so why would we be surprised that they weren't out there at the same time?
That was number 8, Benjamin Rice, the junior fullback, on the carry, good enough for a first down. So Yellow Jackets will have to do some adjusting here on this defense, as it looks like Parkview is going to stick with this offense for a little while. Some big games around the area tonight, Mike. Rolla traveling to Camdenton, first time in 50 years that a Shore hasn't been on the sidelines for the Lakers. So some odd things happening in high school football tonight as Hiley gets the toss to the left side and bottled up in the backfield. It looks like he was brought down there by Hoyt Honey and Nick Allen. So
there's about 4 of them in there.
Yeah.
Great pursuit. I am loving watching these Yellow Jacket guys run all over the field. Anytime you got 4 defensive players tackling for a loss, it's fun.
And sophomore Braden Christian comes off the field, and Gavin Smith enters, and Avery Starnes replaces Jack Glendenning at the inside linebacker position. Vikings with a hard count try to get the Jackets to jump, and it looked like he crossed the line, and the refs.
Well, you did have the tight end that jumped a little bit too, Alex. It'll be interesting to see. He said he looks like they're pulling a pulled hand, so it'll be on the offense.
False start on the offense there. Nice eye there from the color commentator.
Yeah, it was the far tight end.
Other Ozark Conference games tonight included Waynesville and Glendale, as the Tigers look to build on a new season, and the Falcons with the new coach as Mike and Mock let go just a few weeks prior to the start of the football season. So it'll be interesting to see how the Falcons adapt to that and what they look like this fall.
What did we say, Alex, yesterday? 6 new coaches in the conference?
6 new coaches in the conference. So be interesting to, like you said, it's going to be hard to, when you're playing these guys week 1 and you don't have any sort of tape on their teams, it's going to be hard to know what they're going to run. And Bruffett using that to his advantage, as going from the shotgun to the wishbone, trying to throw the Lebanon defense off.
They've got it looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 17, so he's going to think about it, get some water, and think about things here.
West Plains at Bolivar, and that should be a fun one in Polk County, as the Zizzers are trying to earn some respect in the Ozark Conference, and then Kickapoo at Hillcrest. But Obviously, the big matchups in the Central Ozark Conference tonight, Mike, with Webb City at Nixa and Carthage at Republic. So 2 fun games there in that conference week 1.
You know, you never know when they put these schedules out, and obviously we'll talk about Lebanon's district a little bit later, but you know, you don't have any off weeks when you get to these big schools.
Another mandatory water break taken here, but we'll stick around as the teams are coming back onto the field, and want to take time to thank all the viewers at home tuning into our first ever broadcast, official broadcast, I would say, because Jamboree was kind of a tune-up, but first ever Jacket Nation Sports podcast, broadcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
You do have Lebanon's got some substitutions, like you said. You got Weston McKinney over here at cornerback.
Yeah. So I'm sure Lebanon will use tonight, kind of, as long as the score keeps the way it is, kind of use tonight as another jamboree of sorts to look at some depth and evaluate some players and still create some battle at certain positions. 2nd and 17 now as the Vikings go back to the shotgun formation. A Viking defender got loose down the field, and that's a nice throw there from James.
You know, picked up 11, it looks like. Yellow Jacket defense is pretty fortunate. It was a little bit underthrown, and he had to come back and get it. Looks like it'll be first down at the 46-yard line with 7 minutes left in the half.
One of the first broken coverages we've seen from the Yellow Jackets tonight, and obviously after running about 5 plays from the wishbone to come out of the timeout and line up in shotgun, I'm sure that threw Lebanon off just a little bit. Snap to James as he scrambles off to his left and looks. And
oh my,
hard
Alex,
hit
that
there
was
from Abe Allen with the hard hit there. And wow, that was almost a little bit of a scary hit as Anthony Nunda was on the receiving end of that, and his helmet flies off and he'll run off the field and it looks good to go. But I mean, the coaching staff has raved about Abe Allen's intensity and the effort that he brings on the defensive end, and you saw it there. Glad to see that nobody was hurt though on that play.
And as Alex said earlier, when Missouri high school rules, when the helmet pops off, you got to go sit out a play.
Yeah. All right. 2nd down and 8, 6:40 remaining in the second quarter.
You do have
came on James.
Trips on this side as the play clock runs out. I'm not sure. It looks like they're taking a delay of game here, Alex, so that'll make it 3rd and 13. As they back it up a little bit.
Other sponsors tonight include CoLab Lebanon, Heart of the Ozarks FCA, Perennial Trends, Nature's Pantry, Ozarks Tradition TV, and 6 Star Football. So big thank you to those guys, as now we'll get a timeout by the Vikings. We'll take a short break here, and we'll be back right after this break. And you're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
I'm Jace Glendenning with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, where we are committed to our neighbors. When you bank locally, your local dollars are invested in our local communities with local lenders and local decisions. With locations in Camdenton, Plato, and Lebanon, at Heritage Bank, we are genuinely neighbors serving neighbors. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at week 1 football here at Jacket Stadium, as the Yellow Jackets leading the Parkview Vikings 21-0 on Jacket Nation Sports. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. And a hot one, Mike. Obviously a delayed start, but the fans still showed up to support.
We did have a little bit of a pop-up rain shower that probably just made it a little bit more humid, Alex.
Yeah, as now on 2nd and 13, the Vikings struggle with the snap, and
the humidity strikes again.
Yeah, Kamon James, the ball kind of slips out of his hands and into the ground. So 3rd and 13 upcoming for the Parkview offense.
And you do see Lebanon rotating some beefy dudes out and bringing some smaller guys in.
Yeah, Gunnar Williams, obviously going to be a big part of that Lebanon defensive line, and I know that he's expected to do some big things. And number 71, Mason Hendricks, also into the game for Lebanon alongside Nick Allen, and looks like that might be Braden Christian, the outside linebacker, as James takes the snap and pressured immediately by...
Is that Hoyt Honey?
That is Hoyt Honey off the deflection, and he's going to take it to the house. Hoyt Honey to the end zone.
42.
The interception return. As looks like there might have been
We do have a flag.
a laundry on the play. Nice job there by our scoreboard keeper to see that right away. An illegal block in the back will wipe out the touchdown, but Nick Allen was in the backfield immediately there, Mike. Forced pressure on Kamon James. The ball was tipped up in the air, and Hoyt Honey, we talked about how he was a standout baseball player, making a good play there and taking it to the house, but unfortunately called back due to a penalty.
You know what, Alex, I've noticed about 4 plays in a row, they put the sophomore Weston on the big guy, the big fella, and Weston closed in a little bit there and definitely contributed to the tip ball. And I like seeing the sophomore compete a little bit. He had an injury this summer, and good to see him bounce back. So Weston McKinney is a sophomore defensive back.
Not going to find many things that Weston McKinney's afraid of, so he's probably up for the challenge just about anything, as the Yellow Jackets will set up shop from the 14-yard line, and Glendenning goes off to the left side, and looks like he moved
he looks
a little
like
bit early.
He slid to the left there, getting his feet adjusted to take the pitch, going to the left. So Lebanon will take the L on 5 yards there, Alex.
Yeah, just makes it a longer touchdown around whenever it happens, right?
It does. And I can't wait to see it happen.
Refs still discussing that there. I know with this offense, the refs kind of seem to struggle with knowing the legality of some of the rules, and Brian Summer and Will Christian will be the first ones to let them know when something's legal with having to do with the flexbone offense.
Yeah, you know, it's we're several years into this, and it's nice to see, some of these guys that have had 2 and 3 years as quarterbacks. Alex, like I said earlier, every year you have a quarterback, second-year quarterback, third-year quarterback. Every year you just get more seasoning in there, and everybody likes seasoning.
Everybody likes the old seasoning. Smith, obviously one of the most talented quarterbacks that we've seen running this offense, and hoping to show off again his senior season, as now we'll get a call from the official, or maybe he'll go talk to Will Christian to explain the call.
I don't know, Alex, if it's a good thing that it's taking so long, or if it's a bad thing they're taking so long.
Well, let's hear about some of our sponsors tonight. Obviously, we talked about Pillar Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency, providing business, personal, and farm insurance to the Lebanon community. Call Jason Russell or Gary McClure at 417-532-6050 for your insurance needs. Pillar wishes Lebanon football good luck this season. As the flag called there on Lebanon, I don't know what all the discussion was about for just a 5-yard penalty, but nonetheless, we'll have 1st and 15 coming at you in just a few moments.
And it looks like it's on the 18-yard line, so we can pick up a first down.
I wouldn't mind a little Farm Bureau first down.
A Farm Bureau first down, thanks to Scott McCowan.
Smith calls Drew Bowling to his left side, and it's a handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he takes on about 4 or 5 defenders and falls forward. And that's something that, Glendenning probably learned a lot from Cade Musha, always falling forward, and it's one of the best traits that you can have as a running back, and finishing strong with the extra effort. As he picks up.
Was it 10 on that, Alex?
About 12 there for Glendenning, and 2nd and 6, according to our scoreboard operator.
Well, that puts Jax at 101 yards unofficially, Alex. Those are my stats.
Not bad for one half, or about a quarter and a half of football. As now Smith takes it and hands off to Glendenning up the middle, and he barrels into some Parkview defenders. Did he get into the end zone? He did. Touchdown Lebanon, touchdown Jax Glendenning, and the Yellow Jackets strike from about 8 yards out and take a 27-0 lead. Nice effort there from the Lebanon offensive line. I know those guys up front don't get a lot of credit, but they've been moving the pile tonight.
Definitely love to see that. Those guys put in the effort, put in the time. Sometimes they don't get the love, but they just do their job time after time. This offense, Alex, is a timing offense. You got to have the timing down. You got to have the meshing down, is what they call it. And but it all happens because the big fellas up front are moving.
Rhodes' extra point is good. We'll take a short break from Jacket Stadium and be back right after this.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Rhodes kicks off and return. Oh, not a return.
Touchback.
Bounced back into the end zone. So nice kick there from Rhodes to get that ball to bounce into the end zone, and Parkview will start this possession at the 20-yard line.
You know, Parkview offense showed a little bit of life that last series, moved the ball a little bit, gave some of those defensive guys a break, and let's see what they come out with. It looks like, Alex, we might have a timeout going on again here.
Another mandatory water break, so we'll stick around here and be right back after this on Jacket Nation Sports. Got to enjoy some Lebanon and Yellow Jacket cheerleading there. So as we're back from the water break, and 1st and 10 is Parkview looking to hopefully strike back here as time winding down in the first half. And Lebanon received the ball first, so the Vikings could double up here if they take enough time.
It's like a throw across the middle.
Just completed for about 5 yards there. Make it 6. So, Kayvon James, the 5'10", 150-pound senior, has shown off his arm a little bit and shown off his athleticism as 2nd and 4 now for the Vikings, and James takes the snap and pressured immediately by the Lebanon defense, and he throws it up in the air, and it's a dropped ball there by
Is that number 3?
Abe Allen. So
Looks like Weston McKinney was over there too.
Abe Allen with the pass deflection. We won't even say that he dropped the interception. Just call it a pass deflection and move
Absolutely.
on. It all goes down the same in the scorebook.
So you got a third down here with 5 minutes left. The defense can hold. It looks like the Jackets will get the ball back.
You're
Kind of chance to
kind of
punch
in one of
another
those
one in.
spots where you could see a run here from James or try to get the ball to one of your playmakers like Jamal Johnson. James scrambles to his left and looks for somebody downfield and finds a receiver. Looks like he's going to be just short, as a nice pursuit there by Gavin Smith and Avery Starnes.
You know, you got to give it to Gavin there. Is it what? They have half a yard less than they're going to give him a first down. I was going to say, excellent job by Gavin to compete there and stop the first down, but it looks like they're going to give it to him.
I think you got to give credit to anybody who's playing both ways in this weather.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gavin last year did not play, right, Alex? He did not play both ways.
Started as an outside linebacker his sophomore year and played some outside linebacker last year, but
I think playoffs he came in and contributed a little bit more.
Came in a little bit. Snap to Johnson.
Excellent pursuit there.
Or James as he scrambles to his right and finds a receiver. Nice catch on the right sideline by the Vikings receiver, and that'll move the chains for another Parkview first down. So back-to-back nice plays from the Vikings and gaining some momentum here. And they'll need a score before halftime, Mike, because going down 28-0 into the locker room is not a fun thing.
Definitely not. You know, you never know, first-year coach. You know, this first game's a huge game for them to create that culture and how do they handle adversity. And looks like they got 3 guys this way and going with a run. Excellent job there by trying to figure out who that is.
Number 7,
Alex.
Nick Allen.
Nick Allen.
In the backfield, we've called his name quite a few times tonight, and number 71, Mason Hendricks. So 2 good plays there from the Lebanon defensive line and a tackle for loss for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, you lost 2 yards there. You know, at 3 minutes, and by the time it snapped, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you got the big fella over here. Might be a time, Alex, to take a shot downfield here. We've not seen that for a series or 2.
Yeah, Kenan Roark gets the duties of trying to contain Jamal Johnson as James takes the snap and moves to the right, and another great play there by the Lebanon defense in pursuit of tackles, and looks like we have a...
Lebanon's going to call timeout.
Yeah. Lebanon calls timeout. They'll have 1 remaining, I believe, so we'll see what happens here on 3rd and 11. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. We'll be right back after this. Ball on the 40-yard line, 3rd and 11 for the Vikings upcoming with 3:20 left in the first half. Lebanon out to a 28-0 lead as James takes the snap and is pressured. He is brought down on the play there by Mason Hendricks. Nice play by him to come off his block on the defensive line and sack James in the backfield to force a...
Yeah, they were setting up some action here on this side, and he just didn't have a second. I don't even know that he felt him coming or saw it coming, Alex. So we're going to have a 4th and a bunch. It looks like 4th and over 20. And once again, we got Weston back, and here we have the twosome of Weston and Gavin, both of them back, Alex.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure this is all about just trying to down the ball and give yourself a chance to score with 2 minutes left.
That's also important this early, and the play clock is clicking down, but it's a very low punt. It looks like Weston's going to let it go. Probably a smart decision there, but Alex, it's important. Special teams are so critical in this game. It's important to have somebody back there and you're getting some good film footage and some tape on these guys. You got Weston back for a couple. You got Gavin, and it's a critical that for the future of the year that Lebanon figure out who they're going to put back there.
Yeah.
And you get some good film on 2 guys there.
No doubt. And Lebanon back out onto the field, and usually, I mean, there's still a lot of time left. Lebanon will probably stick to their normal offense here, but I always like to see the Yellow Jackets get the ball back with a chance to score before the half. As Smith, Glendenning, Allen, and Bowling for the Yellow Jackets.
Little bit of reverse action going on.
Senior Cannon Roar gets the ball and makes a man miss it, and he's down the left sideline, trips over his feet, and he had a chance. Almost got a big play there, but tripped, and looks like his knee touched, and the official marked him down after a gain of 9. But that's the kind of electricity that Cannon Roar can bring to your team, and the Yellow Jackets need a spark at wide receiver, and Roark, outstanding golfer also and wrestler, so Roark.
Yeah, 3-sport athlete, got dialed into the reverse there, a little reverse action. Looks like Jax is off to the races, Alex, and it's going to be a 58-yard touchdown for Jax.
58-yard touchdown for Glendenning, his 3rd score of the half, and Lebanon another touchdown up 34-0 with a minute 55 left. You signaled over to me for Lebanon to kind of take their time there, but it's hard whenever you got a guy like Glendenning who can take it to the house on any given play. But nice drive there, little reverse over to Roark and end around to Glendenning. So some creativity there from Brian Summer on that drive, and Lebanon scores again for the 5th time in the first half as Rhett Rhodes comes on to attempt the extra point. Snap to Bowling. Rhodes' kick is up, and looks like it just missed to the left side there again. So Rhodes having some trouble with that left side, but 34-0 Lebanon. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube, brought to you by Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Jonesy's Travel Center, Mercy Hospital, and Missouri Cooperage.
Hi, I'm Megan Prock, your Heritage Bank of the Ozarks residential lending specialist in the Lebanon area. Are you ready for a leg up in our competitive real estate market? Have you thought about getting pre-approved before you start house hunting? Learn your max loan amount and let sellers know you are a serious buyer. Call me today at 417-228-9795 and I will walk you through the entire process. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mistake there before the break and said Glendenning scored his 3rd touchdown in the first half, but nice correction from Mike Flanders to tell me that it was his 4th. So 4 touchdowns for Jax Glendenning and 1 for Gavin Smith.
Looks like unofficially we've got Jax down for 167 yards. But it does look like, Alex, on the ensuing kickoff, we did kick it out of bounds, and it looks like there's a flag on the play.
Yeah.
And they will
get it from the 35-yard line.
Set up at the 35-yard line with a minute 55 left. And pretty critical series here for.
Yeah, you got to wonder what Bruffett will do here. You're down 34-0. I mean, obviously you're playing to win the game, but at the same time, you don't want to make a mistake and have the Yellow Jackets make you pay for it.
Oh, my goodness,
Fumble.
Alex. It looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to get the ball here, Alex. There's a bad snap, maybe a bad mesh, and the ball is on the ground. No signal yet from the officials.
Gunnar Williams pointing and saying Lebanon fell on top of it, but the officials, no signal yet from them. And no signal that the Vikings got back on top of it. So
pretty fortunate there for the Vikings that they keep possession there, giving Lebanon the ball back at the 29-yard line.
Solid play from Dylan Mahan, the Parkview senior who spends time at quarterback in the wide receiver position, and Obviously, couldn't afford a turnover like that with this little of time left in the first half.
What's your thought, Alex? Going to keep it on the ground here if you're the OC?
I think if you're Cameron Breffley, you're just trying to get to halftime down 34-0. But we'll see what he dials up here as it's 2nd and 16 from about the 29-yard line. Came on James taking his time here as he takes another low snap, and nice recovery there from Heisley to get the ball and to just make something out of nothing. As we start to wind under 1 minute left in the first half. And make sure you stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Jonesy's Travel Center, Mercy Hospital, Lebanon, and Missouri Cooperage, as the LHS Marching Band will perform. And we'll also have Cole Matlock going into the Yellow Jacket Football Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Cole Matlock, one of the best quarterbacks that Lebanon has came through Lebanon.
What did we, 2,500 yards? Was it 2010, Alex?
Yeah, 2010. So as now a snap to Mahan, who checked in at quarterback, and he had a little seam down the right side, but tripped up there by a Lebanon defender and brings up a 4th down. It looks like Will Christian will spend his last timeout with 27 seconds left in the first half. I assume we'll see Parkview punt here, Mike, but you know, you never know when you're down 34-0. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, definitely, Alex. It's, you know, you mentioned it on, I think it was the pregame show, or maybe it was your 4:30 pregame show. This is, as districts rolled out today, it is a district game, and we'll talk more about that probably in the second half. Talk about districts, but this is not just a week one. This is a district opponent,
and all scores matter. So it's all formulated into district standings. So you know, winning by a certain amount of points can dictate you from having a number 1 seed to a number 2 seed. As the Yellow Jackets will look to get the ball back here on 4th and 6 with 27 seconds left. Parkview hasn't broken out their huddle yet, so I don't know.
Does look like they have a guy going back.
Yeah, looks like that'll be
punt formation.
Dylan Mahan back as the Parkview punter, and
you got Weston McKinney back for Lebanon with Gavin Smith playing a little bit safety for him there.
As Nick Allen came across the line.
Oh my goodness, Alex!
You saw Allen absolutely come off that line fast, and
did he tip that?
Yeah, it looks like he got his hand on it.
And number 14,
Drew Bowling recovers the blocked punt and takes it some extra yards there. So Lebanon will have another chance at a score. No timeouts, though. They'll take over on the Parkview 33-yard line with just 19 seconds remaining. And honestly, with a kicker like Rhodes, about 15 yards and a spike, and you might be somewhere in his range.
Definitely, Alex. You'd like to see the sophomore redeem the last one, and might just be just the perfect time. Maybe a little.
Smith looks over to the sideline and tries to get a final call there from Brian Summer, and we'll see what Lebanon can do here with just a little bit of time remaining and no timeouts. Smith calls Abe Allen in motion. Fake handoff.
It's
Smith
there if he can get it, Alex.
Back to pass and throwing incomplete. Tried to hit Drew Bowling on that, but nice play there from the Parkview defense. But only 5 seconds winds off the clock, and now you might see one of those counter or toss plays where you can get to the sideline and get out of bounds when you don't have any timeouts remaining. But we'll see what Summer dials up here for the Yellow Jackets. You got speed there with Roark at the wide receiver position. You can see what he could do on a post route. But 14 seconds left. Smith, 2nd and 10, looks over to the sideline as Hoyt Honey and Roark split out wide now. Bowling in motion. It's a handoff to,
a pitch.
Nice little read option there from Gavin Smith. He had me fooled.
Made a decision to cut inside and keep the clock rolling, which will bring the half to an end. Looks like 34-0, Alex. Great first half by the Lebanon offense and the Lebanon defense.
Yeah, Mike, I thought coming out of the locker room, Lebanon was fired up from the beginning, and obviously having to wait till 8 o'clock, just another hour of patience that the Yellow Jackets had to show. 4 touchdowns from Jax Glendenning in the first half, and a score from Gavin Smith as well, as the Yellow Jackets walk off the field with a 34-0 lead. We'll have a 20-minute halftime. Stick around, and we're going to hear from a couple of our sponsors. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Good evening, Yellow Jacket fans. For your halftime entertainment tonight, we are proud to present the 160-member Marching Yellow Jacket Band. The band is under the direction of Aaron Stewart, Ben Todd, Laura Mudge, Tony Lucas, and Heidi Benny. Our color guard instructors are Tori West Staples and Maddie Dexter. Tonight, we would like to thank Monty Hayes and Mid-Missouri Bank for their donation of our show t-shirts that our students are wearing tonight and throughout the season. Mid-Missouri has been supporting the band program for well over a decade now, and we are so grateful for their generosity. Please help me thank our friends at Mid-Missouri Bank. Our show this year is entitled Through the Wicked Wood. We hope you will join us as the band takes a journey through a beautiful birch tree forest, only to find out that there are forces at work that may never let them leave. Featuring music from Franz Schubert, Samuel Barber, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Billie Eilish, this show is sure to keep you on your toes. Will the band escape the wicked wood? Only time will tell. Drum majors Sadie Rink, Abigail Tapp, and Kara Dameron. Is the band ready? Lebanon Band, you may take the field.
Yellow Jacket Nation, at this time, we ask that you please turn your attention to the field near the 50-yard line. Tonight, Lebanon football has the privilege to honor Cole Matlock and his enshrinement into the Lebanon Football Hall of Fame. Cole played for the Yellow Jackets from 2007 to 2010. In 2010, Cole was our starting quarterback and guided the Yellow Jackets to one of the best seasons in school history. During the 2010 season, Cole passed for 2,580 yards, second all-time in school history. He tossed 25 touchdown passes and threw for over 300 yards in a game 3 different times that season. This tremendous success led the Yellow Jackets to its first ever Ozark Conference championship and a perfect 10-0 regular season record. The Yellow Jackets won the district in 2010, the district championship in 2010, and were ranked as high as third in Class 5. After his stellar high school career, Cole went on to graduate from the University of Arkansas and then on to complete his law degree. Cole now resides in Northwest Arkansas and works for Walmart in the Global Ethics and Compliance Office. Joining Cole on the field tonight is his wife Sally, his parents David and Melanie, his brother Chaz, and his grandmother Nancy Matlock. Jackie Nation, please join Lebanon football as we honor one of the best in Lebanon football history. Quarterback, number 4, and now Hall of Famer, Cole Matlock.
back here at Jacket Stadium as the Yellow Jackets lead Parkview 34-0. I'm Alex Boyer, and while we have some time here, let's take some time and hear from some of our advertisers. Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Are you looking for a low-risk savings tool? Heritage Bank of the Ozarks has CD specials to boost the amount you earn in interest. Call them at 532-BANK to learn more about this offer from your Heritage Bank of the Ozarks neighbors. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Missouri Cooperage. Missouri Cooperage is a proud sponsor of Jacket Nation Sports and wishes Lebanon High School athletics the best of luck this season. Jonesy's Travel Center. Jonesy's Travel Center is located at 2031 West Elm Street in Lebanon. Be sure to be on the lookout for the upcoming Jacket ID promotion that allows student drivers and Lebanon R3 school faculty members to receive a handful of discounts. Jonesy's wishes the Yellow Jackets good luck this year. Also, a big shout out to Mercy Hospital Lebanon. Pillar Insurance. Pillar Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency, providing business, personal, and farm insurance to the Lebanon community. Call Jason Russell or Gary McClure at 417-532-6050 for your insurance needs. Pillar wishes Lebanon football good luck this season. Quality Heating and Air. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, we are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. We continually strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that each client receives the very best service. Call today at 417-532-6239 and go Jackets. Team FBC students, Wednesday night church for Lebanon students 6th through 12th grade. Services start 6:30 on Wednesday nights at First Baptist Church, located at 311 North Madison. So, big thank you to all the sponsors that have pitched in and made this dream a reality on Jacket Nation Sports. I appreciate that very much. And if you have any interest in advertising, get a hold of me. You can email me at alex@jacketnationsports.com, and we can find a way to make you part of the team. So, back here with Mike Flanders after a dominating first half by the Yellow Jackets. Mike, what were your thoughts in the first half, and what did you think that kind of stood out to you?
You know, the thing that stood out to me, Alex, no big surprise that Jax breaks 100 yards, that racks up some touchdowns. You know where I'm excited? I love watching the defense.
Yeah.
It's everybody's just piling on. There's one time there was a loss of 3 and there was 4 dudes on him. He didn't have a second to think. And so, we knew the offense was going to be good and explosive, and I'd say that's proved true on some really long runs. But I love watching the defense, seeing these subs in, some of these young guys coming in, and it's going to be a fun year as the Yellow Jackets are getting ready to kick off here, kicking south.
Nice of you to know your directions. I wouldn't have had any idea which way they were kicking.
It's that Iowa education. That's south, Alex. Left. Left is not always south, though.
Rhett Road set to kick off, and we're about underway here at Jacket Stadium.
Nice high kick by Rhett.
Kick is fielded by Nunda as he breaks a tackle and is up towards over the 30-yard line. And Mike, we talked about before the half that Parkview couldn't afford the turnover before they headed into the locker room. Lebanon was able to get the ball back, but not able to score. So kind of a win for the Vikings there before the first half ended.
For sure, they definitely had some lemonade going into the locker room to build on that. And can I just say, Alex, how also impressed I am at the Yellow Jackets kickoff team.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure on these guys when you're scoring 4 and 5 touchdowns in a half.
All starters back out there for the Yellow Jackets as looked like
I'm a little confused as to why that was blown dead, unless it's considered an incomplete pass if it's fumbled forward. I
couldn't tell if his knee hit the ground there and the ref ruled him dead at the spot, but nonetheless, another low snap there by the Vikings will lead to negative yardage. Mason Hendricks, Gunnar Williams, Nick Allen, Avery Starnes, Jack Glendenning, Griffin Jones, Cannon Roark, Drew Bowling, Hoyt Honey, Gavin Smith, and Abe Allen, the starters for the defense to start the second half here. So Starter still in for Lebanon as now Mahan in at quarterback, throws over to Jamal Johnson, who makes a nice snag and gets about 6 or 7 there. Nice
That's
hands.
a quarterback change, correct, Alex,
Yeah,
they made from a lefty to a righty.
Yeah, Dylan Mahan was the other guy that was competing for the job, and apparently looks like Breathitt might have been going on a half-by-half game plan, but we'll see. First half offensive stats for Lebanon included 8 Farm Bureau first downs for the Yellow Jackets. Jack Glendenning, the storyline of the first half with 4 touchdowns, 160 yards on 13 carries, while Gavin Smith had 58 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Now snap to Mahan. He drops back and tries to throw it over the middle, and it's broken up. Nice play there by Abe Allen to get a hand on that one to bring up 4th down. We'll see what the Vikings do as they send out. Looks like they're going to send out their punt team.
You know, I think the task for the Lebanon cornerbacks over here, I don't know that there's a guy on the Lebanon team that could look him eye to eye at 6'8", and that we've done a pretty decent job of containing him and holding him. And you know, he's going to get his catches, he's going to get his possessions, he's going to get his yards, and you know, Lebanon's done a great job moving guys around, keeping fresh guys on him. And as they line up for punt here, rushing a little bit as the play clock is coming down, it looks like they're going to have to burn a timeout. Not a good way to start the quarter for Parkview.
Yeah, and this will kind of maybe let Will Christian and Curtis Allen go over the defensive strategy they want on this punt, as could see a fake here from Parkview. You never know what they could be scheming up. But 10:36 left in the third quarter. We'll take our first commercial break of the second half. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. Fourth down and 4, and Parkview still showing the punt formation as the Vikings get it away, and Weston McKinney will field the punt, calls for a fair catch, and falls on it. So nice catch there by McKinney. And Micah, a good sign for the Lebanon defense to come out of the locker room up 34-0. Would have been easy to just say, you know, we're in full control, we're going on cruise control, but Lebanon defense steps up to the task and forces a punt on the first possession by the Vikings.
You know, with a 34-0 lead, you got to expect Will Christian to make the decision to get some subs in there. You know, we see a touchdown here from the offense, and then some of these guys might get rest. We get some young guys in, get some reps. Definitely good to, in this hot week, get these guys some rest in preparation for next week as we host Hillcrest. The Hornets are coming to town.
Smith under center as the Yellow Jackets open up here in the second half. He'll take the snap off the left side and rush over to the left side. And a late hit there. Good camera work there by Austin Shoemaker to show that hit. Smith goes over to the sideline, and I thought it should have drawn a flag, but
I thought so too. Obviously, we're not down there, and you know, I do give credit out to these officials. These guys are out here in the heat too.
Yeah.
You know, just week 1 for them too.
Definitely.
So we'll extend some grace.
But not.
Great run by Gavin, picking up 9 yards there.
2nd and 1 from the Lebanon 47-yard line as Smith calls Abe Allen in motion, and now Smith fakes the handoff, throws it deep. He's got a man, and he overshoots Hoyt Honey by just a few yards. That was a big part of Smith's success last year with him and Austin Hendricks. Mike, he was able to hit that deep ball, that deep post, and just hasn't been able to find it tonight, as only 12 passing yards for Gavin Smith.
You know, I love Hoyt Honey. Looks like an athlete out there. He's not just filling up a space, and we'll get some timing, get some of that figured out. Those are huge plays that moving into the season, we're going to need some of those.
Again, good effort there by Hoyt, diving up 34-0. You know, he could have easily just Could have let that ball go over his head, but made a good effort there. As now on 3rd and 1, Smith calls his own number, makes a man miss and gets to the left sideline and is thrown out of bounds after getting a Farm Bureau first down.
It's like he picked up 5 yards there, Alex. And, you know, the bread and butter of this offense is reps from the quarterback, Smith and Glendenning. And these guys just grind it out. They grind it out. They put a lot of time in the offseason to get ready. And, you know, Gavin does a good job making reads and keeping the ball moving in the right hands and moving in the right direction. We'll see what they have dialed up here.
First down in Parkview territory now. It's a fake handoff to Glendenning and a pitch
Excellent
to
read.
Allen on the right side.
Why are we what?
Fans aren't happy.
Had an inadvertent whistle there while Lebanon was scampering off. Something happened here on this end over here, and this official, I think, blew the play dead. There's no flags on the play. They're going to have to call that an inadvertent whistle, I'm thinking, Alex.
Yeah, I can't. The White Hats coming over to the Lebanon sideline to try to calm Will Christian down. Christian sporting the black hat and the black polo. So hot one for Will Christian, if I had to guess, wearing the black attire too. 10:03 left in the 3rd quarter. Looks like we'll just redo the play. So
it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 and an inadvertent whistle, it looks like.
Great read by Gavin Smith, though.
Yeah.
Great read.
It's a shame. Made the right choice.
Let's go back to it.
Same play.
Back to it,
now
Gavin.
Smith will
cuts it back.
Keep it himself and gain a Farm Bureau first down. So, yeah, Gavin made the right read on that and had Abe Allen for a pitch that would have went for a long gain, but nonetheless, Lebanon moves the chains.
Picks up another 15 yards. That puts him, according to our record, 75 yards for the game.
.37 left in the 3rd quarter, and Smith will get ready to receive the snap. Looks over to the sideline. Calls Drew Bowling in motion. It's a handoff to Glendenning up the middle. Nice push there by the Lebanon offensive line. Jacks falls forward for about a gain of.
Gonna call it 5, Alex?
5, yeah.
You know, part of this offense is controlling the clock, and Lebanon will do a good job of that with Gavin Smith under center. You know, the play clock's at 10. We'll snap it at about 5 seconds probably, taking time off the clock as they do.
Smith
fakes the pitch. Gavin escapes. Beautiful.
Tries to
threads the needle there.
Hit Drew Bowling, but nice play by number 8. On that play by the Vikings, and breaks up the pass there and force a 3rd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets.
It's the 4th pass play for the Yellow Jackets. They've completed one of them. That'll be something that they definitely get some tape on how they can tighten that up a little bit. But I do like the aggressiveness.
Looked
You
like
had 2 Yellow Jackets in motion there. I guess I don't understand why they didn't blow this one dead.
Drew Bowling and Abe Allen, some confusion there as both of them went in motion at the same time. Illegal shift called against the Yellow Jackets, so 3rd and 10 back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 31-yard line. Mike, you were looking up some scores at halftime. What did you have?
Yeah, we only have one Ozark Conference update, and again, this was at halftime, so these scores might be a little different currently. Camdenton 21. Was that at Rolla?
That was at Camdenton.
At Camdenton, so Camdenton 21, Rolla 14. That's the only conference score that we have. We do have Carthage 7 and Republic 0. That's another Class 5 District 6 matchup. And then you got Nixa 14 and Webb City 7 with, again, Webb City. Is this the second year, Coach? Second year or did he? Was this the first year?
This is the first year
First
for
year.
the new Webb City coach. After
Again, a slew of new hires. To think the likelihood of Webb City and Camdenton both looking for new coaches was some serious legacy established there by the guys that have played before us.
And of course, John Franks retiring at Rolla, former Lebanon defensive coordinator, and Derek Heflin replacing him. So a battle of the new coaches up in Camden County, as now Glendenning gets a carry and trucks his way forward. And
there's a late flag, probably a face mask, Alex, that will pick up maybe half a yard on the half to distance. Looks like they're down to about the 2-yard line. See what the call is. It is a late face mask on the defense, so that'll be half the distance to the goal. That makes that about another 18 yards for Jacks. So they'll march half a step towards the Lebanon goal line.
First and goal situation and another Farm Bureau first down for the Yellow Jackets after having 8 in the first half. So Yellow Jackets will look to punch it in here from about the 1 as Smith under center calls Abe Allen in motion, and Smith off the right side gets into the end zone for an easy Lebanon touchdown with 7:50 left in the third quarter.
We do have a little after the play action with a penalty. I'd say it's going to be on the defense. The touchdown is going to count, but looks like a little extracurricular activity on the defense as frustrations are starting to boil over.
Yeah, that was a tough series for Gavin Smith, taking some late hits there, but looks like a late personal foul against the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings.
It was offsetting.
Not sure he made the. Oh, sorry, just a personal foul against Parkview, and Lebanon will take the penalty on the kickoff. So Gavin Smith keeping calm in that situation, and Parkview with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will cost him 15 yards on the kickoff. Now Lebanon will go for 2, up 40-0, as Smith scrambles to his right and finds Hoyt Honey in the end zone. So good confidence there for both Hoyt and Gavin as the little out route there from Honey. Smith laid a good ball on him, and Lebanon converts the 2-point conversion to go up 42-0 with 7:50 left in the third quarter. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube. We'll be right back after this.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Getting a view of the Lebanon High School student section there, and obviously students first week back at school for the 2023 school year. So
got some sequence going on over there.
Yeah,
a little Austin Powers gold member over there. He likes gold.
A little gold out in the student section as Lebanon will take their 15-yard penalty that occurred after the touchdown by Gavin Smith, and will kick off from the Parkview 45-yard line.
You got experienced coaches here on Lebanon's sideline, probably an opportunity to have some discussions, maintaining cool, keeping your cool. In these heated moments, it could get a little chippy out there.
Yeah, Rhodes sends his kickoff, and it will fly out of the end zone for a touchback, Rhodes' second touchback of the night, and Parkview will take over from the 20-yard line.
Opportunity here for Parkview to looks like a water timeout, Alex, but a little opportunity for Parkview to take care of some business to get some positive yards going here. Coaches definitely continuing to coach them hard over there. And, with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter, 42 to nothing, Lebanon, Alex. This is probably a good opportunity for us to talk about what happened at halftime.
Yeah, a special moment as Cole Matlock being inducted into the Lebanon Football Hall of Fame. We kind of previewed that in the second quarter, but Matlock obviously a mainstay for the Jackets in 2010, leading Lebanon to their 10-0 regular season and throwing for over 2,500 yards and 25 touchdowns. 2-year starting quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, and obviously was a big reason as this program's had the success that they've been able to have. That was kind of the year that all the things aligned for Lebanon. They were able to make this dynasty that they've kind of built over the last few years.
And I remember going up to the last game of their year. Was it Lee Summit West or one of those Lee Summit schools, and it was so cold that day. And exceptional Lee Summit team ended the Yellow Jackets year. As we start off here, it looks like Parkview's picked up 5 yards on a little runoff tackle on the right.
Former Missouri Tiger and former NFL player Evan Boehm was part of that Titans team that defeated the Yellow Jackets. And his father, Royce Boehm, one of the most famous high school coaches in the state of Missouri for the success that he's had. So no shame in losing to a team like that, but obviously that year with Matlock and Will Cuffey and Austin Harris and a young Brock West as a receiver was fun to watch.
Little pitch off away from us to 21. Is that Hiley?
That's Hiley.
Is that the sophomore?
Yeah, the sophomore.
Hiley. So a little kind of a pistol pitch left. He gets outside and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. So it'll be third and maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards for Lebanon. Looks like we still have some starters out there on defense for Lebanon.
I'd say we'll get one final series, and Lebanon might see the starters for Lebanon's offense one more time, and then we'll probably be on to the depth chart after that. So handoff.
There's a fumble on the ground.
And that one is recovered by Lebanon for sure. No doubt about that one. Nice play there by the Lebanon defense to fall on that one, and nice recovery there by Kason Woods, the defensive lineman. Lebanon has forced there's been a lot of fumbles on the ground tonight the Jackets haven't been able to come up with, but Kason Woods falls on that one, and the Yellow Jackets take over with the short field, and now you can probably see the Lebanon starting offense and try to score easy here with the short field.
Yeah, I'm seeing, looks like number 25 is in.
Now Smith drops back
Gavin,
to pass, and he's got a
it's
wide open Hoyt Honey, and there it is.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, Alex. Hang on a minute here. I think it looks like the preliminary call is holding on Lebanon. But can we just talk about Gavin Smith getting it done there?
Yeah, and I mean, this was a problem that the team had last year too on passing plays. Gavin would have thrown for probably about 200 more yards, but every big pass play was wiped out by a flag. Holding against the Yellow Jackets negates another. Second time that a penalty has negated a Lebanon touchdown on a big play there. Now, nice run off the left side there by Gavin Smith. He called his own number. Gavin Smith been not shy to carry the ball tonight as he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage after a holding penalty on first down. 10 more yards for the Yellow Jackets, sets up 2nd and 10 with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. We'll see the turbo clock more than likely come into effect for the fourth quarter, with Lebanon leading by more than 35 points.
Is that J.C. Wells, number 25 there in, Alex?
Yeah, I believe.
Getting the ball there, or is it 26?
That's 26. That'd be Avery Starnes, 28 with the
28.
carry. So junior fullback. I know the coaching staff likes Starnes feature in a Yellow Jacket uniform too. Some more after the play commotion there. And Lebanon, the coaching staff is trying to tell the Yellow Jackets to keep a cool head as Lebanon will face a 3rd and 4.
So we're making the assumption that Jax is done for the day, Alex.
Yeah, it looks like he's got, well, he still has his helmet on the sidelines as Lebanon's Avery Starnes has met at the line there for a minimal gain. And Lebanon will have a 4th and 4.
So we're going to call 190 yards for Jax on, looks like about 15 carries, Alex. That's a pretty good day for the workhorse.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Lebanon was set records last year for their rushing attack. I think they were a top 5 rushing team all time in the state of Missouri, so lots to build on. As now a toss to Abe Allen on the right sideline, gets a good block and goes up the middle on a truck. Wow. He absolutely hammered the Viking defender and gets into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Abe Allen, a nice run there with lots of effort and scores to get Lebanon a 48-0 lead. Nice play there from Abe Allen, and I think we heard that truck from up here, and we have headsets on, so that's how loud.
That was outstanding. I like to see the burst of speed, hit that second gear as he went around the end, and put his head down right about the 1-yard line and rolled the dude.
Rhodes' extra point is up and goes straight through the uprights this time. So 49-0, Yellow Jackets over the Vikings. We'll probably start to see some of the bench start to get in for both teams as this game is getting a little bit out of hand. And we'll be right back after this on Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. Back here at Jacket Stadium with the Yellow Jackets up 49-0 in Week 1 matchup over the Parkview Vikings. Rhodes sends the kickoff deep, and it will roll to about the 10-yard line before Nunda picks it up and tries to cut to the left side. And another good play there by the Lebanon special teams as Weston McKinney made a nice tackle there. We've talked about McKinney's athleticism all night, Mike, and showing it again there on that kickoff coverage.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Be fun to watch as you see Weston develop a little bit. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him under center after this next series either.
The turbo clock has actually came into effect now, and the clock will continue to run for the remainder of the contest. Mahan takes the, no, sorry, that's James back in there at quarterback for the Vikings. He hands it off to Heisley, who is stopped after about a gain of 3. And now we have more score updates coming in with Nixa leading Webb City 14-7. Republic has found their offensive rhythm and taking a 20-7 lead over Carthage. West Plains up 24-14 in Polk County over the Liberators. Camdenton up 28-14 over the Bulldogs, and Joplin up 35-7 over Branson. So those are scores around the area. Not a lot to watch right now as far as standings go, but it'll be interesting to see how the year how the year plays out for some of these schools with the new districts being released today.
Well, and that Joplin Branson score is obviously one that we keep an eye on, with Branson being in the district released today from the state. Lebanon obviously is in there with Branson, and as we've mentioned, Parkview is in there with Lebanon also.
Yeah, Central, Glendale, and Willard, the other team. Central, an 8-win team last year, Mike. They were kind of the surprise team after struggling for the last few seasons, came alive and had a good season, but we'll see how they fare this year. And while we're talking about those district sports, the other, obviously, fall sports for Lebanon, the girls golf team will be in the Class 4 District 3 assignment, with the boys soccer getting Class 4 District 5 with Glendale, Kickapoo, Neosho, Nixa, Ozark, Republic, and Waynesville. And the boys soccer team will host their annual tournament tomorrow. That will be at the grass field by Boswell Elementary, so make sure you get out and support the Lebanon boys soccer team.
I also, Alex, know that the softball team opened up at Camdenton tonight. I've not heard a score yet, but they opened up. Big game, big rivalry game up there at Camdenton, as we do have another quarterback change for Parkview. Back to the lefty, Alex, and as Lebanon jumps off a little bit early there, so they'll pick up the first down potentially there, Alex, depending on how big the steps are of the line judge.
Rob Sealander and the softball team will see themselves in the Class 5 District 5 tournament with Central, Glendale, Kickapoo, Nixa, Ozark, Republic, and Willard. The girls tennis team opened up things at Jefferson City tonight. They'll have Kickapoo, Neosho, Nixa, Ozark, Republic, and Waynesville in the Class 3 District 5 tournament, while the volleyball team will head to Branson tomorrow, Mike, for their beginning of the year tournament every year that they do.
We do, with the turbo clock, Alex, we have spun down to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, so the third quarter going by quickly there. The volleyball team in Class 5 District 6 with Central, Glendale, Kickapoo, Nixa, Ozark, Republic, and Waynesville. But that's it for the third quarter, so we'll take a commercial break and hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
I'm Kim Light with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Our Jackets are winners on and off the field. They play with integrity, strive to serve, are true team players, and intentionally seek excellence. Our banking team also embodies these leadership characteristics. When it comes to banking, choose the winning team. Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, and go Jackets. We are all behind you 100%. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Break is over for the third quarter, and we'll have one final 12-minute quarter here from Jacket Stadium as Lebanon leads 49-0. James slips that out wide to a receiver who gets about 4 yards there on the first play of the fourth quarter.
Ball moves to the 50-yard line, second down and 5.
Second down and 5. Want to take this time to thank our sponsors: Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Jonesy's Travel Center, Missouri Cooperage, and Mercy Hospital Lebanon. Appreciate those businesses hopping on and supporting Jacket Nation Sports as James sends the ball down the deep right sideline and overshoots a receiver on that play. I think that was Johnson that he was intending to throw that to, just over his head, and brings up a 3rd and 5 as the clock continues to tick away here in week 1. Want to thank those who are still watching the stream and those who have sent messages this week supporting this. It means a lot to me, and obviously first regular season stream. Excited to see it keep growing, excited to see the improvements that we can make week in and week out. 3rd down and 5 as James goes to his left and tries to throw it to, is that Jamal Johnson or is that Nunda on that? I think that was Nunda, and the ball falls on the ground, and Parkview will face another 4th down with 10 minutes left. Nice coverage there by Honey, as we'll start to see some substitutions on the Lebanon side. Number 9, Cameron Rose, checking into the game. Carson Hill out there, I believe, for the Yellow Jackets as well, along with J.C. Wells. 4th down as he bobbles the snap and rolls out to his left, and will try to scramble, and looks like he comes up just short after a nice play there by number 59, Josiah Meebrewer, who the senior makes the stop and forces a turnover on downs for the Vikings, and Lebanon will take over. We'll see who they come out here with at quarterback, and it looks like the starters' nights are finished.
Yeah, Weston's taking his defensive gloves off, drying his hands off. Looks like he'll take over under center.
And Lebanon will get some key minutes here for JV players who will play on Monday night. The JV will be away at Parkview for that contest. McKinney hands
Is that
up.
Starnes?
Might have been Carson Hill, the sophomore running back there. Yeah, I can't. Carson Hill gets the carry there at number 26. So Hill was a guy that we saw a lot of at the Jamboree last Friday night alongside Braden Christian and Junior Zavalos for the Yellow Jackets. So we'll see how they fare under the lights of week 1.
These reps, even though the score's out of hand with 8 minutes left and the clock rolling, important to get some tape on some of these younger guys as we take a sweep left away from the Lebanon bench, and it looks like we picked up
another Farm Bureau first down.
Another Farm Bureau first down, thanks to Scott McCowan.
Yeah, Evan Ogle with that carry, the sophomore. So we'll see a lot of the sophomore class. And Mike, this class is a special group. Haven't lost a game, didn't lose a game 7th, 8th, or 9th grade year. So a team that knows a lot about how to win and has some really talented guys that Yellow Jacket fans will want to keep an eye on for a couple more years.
And they do have a stable of athletes at that class. We're going to see here in extra time, I guess, in turbo clock time, as we say. We're going to see a lot of that sophomore group getting some time and some tape on them. And it looks like we are second and about 2. Was that Braden?
That was Braden. Sturby Christian there for those of you who know him by Sturby. 8-yard gain there for Braden, and the Yellow Jackets will face 2nd and 2 from the Parkview 33-yard line. Of course, last year, Mike, Lebanon defeated Parkview 56-0 and on pace to match that score as the Yellow Jackets are driving down the field. But can't say enough about how fast Lebanon started this game and came out strong from the very beginning.
Definitely ready. You know, we last week with the Jamboree, you get a little bit of a taste of what it's going to look like and feel like. But man, it was electric from the get-go, from the first play. The Yellow Jackets came ready. They came prepared, and you know, with Parkview being in our district, there's no guarantees that we, you know, I guess there might be a guarantee that we might see these guys again.
Yeah. Now a toss to the right to Junior Zavalos. We talked about him earlier. Gets the right sideline, but nice play there by the Parkview defender to hold him to a short gain. So I think Zavalos is a junior, and Weston McKinney will go over to the sideline to talk to Brian Summer to get this play call.
So with the turbo clock, you know, he went out of bounds there. Typically in regular game play, the clock would be stopped. But with turbo clock, it just rolls. And it looks like they're going to take a water timeout here to get the guys some water and stop the clock. With 5:56 left in the fourth quarter, Lebanon 49. Parkview nothing.
We'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this commercial.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Should be the last water break of the night as Yellow Jackets 2nd and 5. McKinney calls his own number, breaks off that left side, makes a couple of nice cuts, and
Excellent.
breaks a tackle into the end zone. Sophomore Weston McKinney finds pay dirt, another
23-yard touchdown.
Yeah, 23-yard touchdown. So nice run there by McKinney as he celebrates off the field, and Yellow Jackets will cruise to a Week 1 victory over the Parkview Vikings as the clock will continue to run here, and the Yellow Jackets will look to just run this clock out.
For those legacy Yellow Jacket fans, you know, Gavin is a senior. He'll be done, and the way as Rhodes hits the extra point, but more than likely, Alex, Weston will be under center next year. I believe that is Weston's first touchdown, so congratulations, young man, there on your first touchdown as a sophomore, getting some snaps to see what we can see here in the future. You know, Weston brings probably as much athleticism as Gavin, but he brings a little bit more size. And I'm trying to think back in this offense how long it's been since we've had a quarterback that's got a little bit of height on him. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to go back to Luke Winfrey and
Ty Glendenning
had
pretty good size, but obviously we'll see what the offense will look like in the future for Lebanon.
And you had Mitchell and Breeden. Was Breeden before Mitchell?
Yep, and Curtis Mobley.
And then Mobley.
So a lot of talented quarterbacks running this offense here at LHS. And obviously, like Mike stated earlier, Lebanon will be back in action next Friday night against the Hillcrest Hornets. Jacket Nation Sports will have a pregame show at around 4:30 p.m. next Friday night with the stream set. Well, I guess we'll see. It'll probably be 7 o'clock kickoff next week. So
Yeah, it looks like the weather's going to give a little reprieve next week. I checked that out. A friend of mine has a lawn care business, and we were talking weather, and it looks like it's going to drop next week. You know, projections as of now, this is obviously a week out, but it's 86, high of 86, 64 is the low. As
Rhodes
Lebanon
kicks it
there, and
Parkview falls on it. Almost a disastrous play there for the Vikings. Lebanon was close to recovering that, and that would have been pretty cool to see us scoop and score off that. I guess you would have been able to at least recover that and mark the ball where it was. But nonetheless, Lebanon will. Parkview will start from the 4-yard line.
you do have some young guys in there. Looks like, we didn't really talk about this, Alex, but Parkview came in returning for their 5 linemen, and they have some beefy guys up there.
They do.
And, Lebanon defense has definitely stepped up and taken care of business. As it looks like they still have their starters, at least their skilled guys out, as it looks like a little quarterback shimmy to us. He stepped out of bounds and didn't get the whistle. There it is. Stepped out of bounds and picked up 3 or 4 yards.
Raymond Weaver and Fidel Castro into the game for Lebanon.
Alex, this next 4 minutes and 56 seconds will move pretty quickly with the turbo clock going.
And we'll try to get one final update on scores and shoot those to you before the end of the stream. Make sure you stay put where you are and tune into the Jacket Nation Sports postgame show with Will Christian. He'll join us after he talks to Hall of Fame broadcaster Kevin Stubblefield in the booth next to me. So stick around and we'll hear from Coach Christian and get his thoughts on the Week 1 game.
Someday, Alex, when you're put in the Hall of Fame, you'll get to go first.
I hope they build a wall for me like they did Kevin and get me a door in here. That'd be
build you a wall.
That would be a nice
Who's going to pay
nice
for
start. We'll see. But somebody will. Obviously, a tremendous amount of respect for the job Kevin Stubblefield does. As looking over to my left and watching him at work, it's been fun being able to be at the newspaper and get to develop a relationship with a guy like him, and obviously no sheriff this year with him. So
no, Kevin's over there flying solo and doesn't miss a beat. Pretty impressive, just looking through the glass and appreciating the legacy of the Hall of Famer.
And a timeout on the field. We'll hear from our sponsors and be back right after this. You're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
I'm Kirsty Stauffer from Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, where you will find everything you need in a bank. Mobile and ATM deposits, person-to-person transfer, and instant issue debit cards. Plus, your dollars stay local. When you bank locally, your local dollars are invested in our local communities with local lenders and local decisions. With locations in Camdenton, Plato, and Lebanon, at Heritage Bank, we are genuinely neighbors serving neighbors. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
First down and 10 for the Vikings with 4 minutes to play as James takes the snap and looks deep for Jamal Johnson, and nice effort there, Mike. We talked about how nobody's been scared, and now that was J.C. Wells in the coverage there. So you're getting guys who are on the Lebanon depth chart as a third string and fourth string guys, and they're coming here and not scared of trying to guard a 6'8" wide receiver. That shows you the type of players in the Lebanon program.
Yeah, again, Alex, these younger guys getting some reps. This is critical time here, and nobody's talking about this, Alex, but the pressure. There's a little bit of pressure on these sophomores and these young guys to maintain the shutout. We don't want to give up the shutout as the defensive doesn't. There's some pride there as the quarterback squirts away. There looks like a little bit of late action, a flag on the end of the play, but might be some yards against Lebanon depending on how it goes.
So there's still work to be done for Parkview as they look to build on another season, and hopefully Cameron Bruffett can get the Vikings back to a program where they can win some games and make Parkview football fun. Obviously, good friend of mine, Jack Simpson, coaching the Vikings basketball team and has done an outstanding job there. So I'd like to see Parkview athletics do well. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Yellow Jackets will result in a extra 15 yards for the Vikings as the ref winds his hands and the clock will run now. 1st and 10 from the Lebanon 45, and we'll see if Parkview can get on the board as Johnson delivers it deep, and it's picked off by Junior Zavalos, and he gets across the 41-yard line. Junior Zavalos out there making a play and gets himself an interception. So nice play there from the junior cornerback, and Lebanon will be able to get the ball and take a couple of knees and get out of here with a victory. So nice play there from Zavalos. Another great play by the defense. You've raved about the defense all night, and another good play there.
I'm telling you, Coach Allen has done such a good job with these guys. They compete. They do some 7-on-7s. They do team camps, and it is going to be critical for as much spread as offense-wise that the Yellow Jackets see. It's going to be pretty critical that we have a stable of defensive backs taking care of business back there, and it looks like they're continuing that.
Yeah, McKinney will get back under center for Lebanon, and obviously a 56-0 lead. You'll probably get a first down and then start to take a knee as Carson Hill gets the carry and gains one more Farm Bureau first down. And if I had to guess, Brian Summer will probably get his team into victory formation, and no better feeling than that V going up there from the coaching staff, huh?
Now here's the thing: do you run the V formation with the backups, or you put the starters back in, Alex? What do you do, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, probably just keep with how chippy this game's gotten, I wouldn't risk anything, but obviously we'll see what they do. And number 66, Jake Redmond, big Jake Redmond checking into the game and gonna take over an offensive line spot for the Yellow Jackets, and not gonna take a knee there as a handoff to Hill to the left side gets about a gain of 1.
So 1 minute left on the clock, and it will be a 3rd and 9 second and 9 here for the Young Jackets in the game.
Yeah, and Nixa with a 14-7 victory over Webb City, so obviously high expectations for the Eagles this year. Squeaking out a win there, and Republic up 20-14 in the fourth quarter. West Plains up 31-28 over Bolivar, and Glendale up 28-22 against Waynesville.
And it looks like we have number 10 in at quarterback.
I believe
Alex
that's Brody Shoemaker.
Brody's in there.
The sophomore third-string quarterback getting some late game action here as he takes a snap and run to the left sideline, and that will run out the clock. And Mike, a fun first week and 56-0 victory for the Yellow Jackets, and not much else you can say besides just coming in here and taking care of business.
You're right, taking care of business. District opponent, first game. Some new faces and new names we're talking about, but it seems like it's the same Yellow Jacket team with those sharp-looking black uniforms and that white top hat. They looked well. They played well. Played with some discipline, and there's a chance we may see these Parkview Vikings again. But 56-0 for Lebanon. Great start. Looking forward to the next few weeks of football, Alex. You got JV games starting next week, and it's busy the next 3 months.
Yeah, and awesome night from start to finish. The weather didn't affect attendance like some thought it would, and like we said, a special night getting to induct Cole Matlock into the Lebanon Football Hall of Fame. But nonetheless, a 56-0 victory for Lebanon over Parkview. And give us just a few minutes and we'll get the post-game show started here on Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Postgame Show as Lebanon starts off the 2023 season with a 56-0 win over the Parkview Vikings. Let's recap the scoring tonight. Started off with a Gavin Smith 5-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 Lebanon. With 6:16 left in the first quarter, Jax Glendenning with a 7-yard touchdown run made it 14-0, and then Glendenning another first quarter touchdown run 34 yards out to make it 21-0. Lebanon got 2 more scores in the first half from Glendenning on a 9-yard run and then another touchdown from Jax with 1:55 left in the half made it 34-0 heading into the locker room. In the second half, Glendenning another 1-yard touchdown run for his 5th of the night, and then Abe Allen with a 15-yard run that was a monster truck into the end zone to make it 49-0. And then Weston McKinney, his first varsity career touchdown, a 22-yard run, capped the scoring at 56-0. Will Christian will join us here in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. And we will be right back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Postgame Show. Back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Postgame Show, joined by Lebanon head coach Will Christian. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Always good to get that first win of the season and the season opener.
Well, I appreciate it, Alex, and I appreciate you doing these live streams and this new business that you've got rolling. I think this is a really great thing for our community to give people an opportunity that maybe can't come to the game, and people that don't live in our state perhaps that are relatives that they can watch the game. So kudos to you for doing this.
I appreciate the kind words, and obviously been a long week for you with the weather situation. I know you guys went from 8 to about 10 all week, but you guys were used to the 8 o'clock start time. But just talk about how your team responded to that adversity of a late start.
I thought they responded really well. I felt like that our team played super hard tonight. And I mean, like, from our starters to everybody that came in, I thought effort was excellent. A bit sloppy in areas, and things that, we walk away from a ball game winning it 56-0, but we feel like we've got a list, down to the floor of things that we need to improve in really every facet. And so that's good news. You don't want to peak at week one. So I think that our kids, believed what I told them out there, and that is that, we haven't arrived, and this is great, but now we need to move on and get better.
Yeah. And obviously a special night for you guys at halftime, getting to honor Cole Matlock, who was a mainstay at quarterback for that 2010 team. And, it was kind of the perfect alignment and the year that kind of got everything going for your program. So just talk about Cole and what he meant to your team.
Yeah, 100%. Cole Matlock, what a phenomenal quarterback, phenomenal person, great leader. In that particular time frame, obviously we were spread, so attributes, he had good size, he had a strong arm, and he had great poise and confidence. He would sit in there, not be afraid to get hit, make the right throws, and of course, he had some weapons around him, but it all starts with the trigger guy. And certainly, we go 10-0 in the regular season, and we were ranked as high as 3rd that year, win the school's first ever Ozark Conference football championship. And so that's a huge deal, and Cole was the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak, in that deal.
Well, I got to tell you that one guy that kept catching my eye tonight was Nick Allen, and I know that you guys were proud of the summer that he had, and talked pretty high on him, but made some plays tonight and was constantly in the Parkview backfield.
Nick has a great motor. He is extremely strong and physical. He's athletic for his size. I think he's going to really pose some problems all year long, and once we get, I think, in even more deeper plans and able to do even more with him, I think it's going to open up even more for him. And so super excited about Nick, and obviously he's dealt with a lot of adversity in his personal life, so really happy for him and how he's just attacked everything, and really proud of him.
Yeah, and then another group of young guys getting to come in and get some experience there at the varsity level, and obviously Junior Zavalos gets a nice interception there. Weston McKinney gets his first varsity touchdown, so a good night for not just your experienced players but also the younger guys.
For sure. I thought that our sophomores contributed well, and some of them are going to have to grow up fast because of depth in certain positions. I talk a little bit about this on the radio show and kind of with our group, but sometimes we might have one spot where we got tons of depth, and then we got others that we don't have as much, and so some of those guys are going to have to grow up, and I think that they'll get leaps and bounds better as the year goes on, those young kids in particular.
Definitely. And then another first-year head coach coming in to Jacket Stadium next week. So what are you expecting to see out of Hillcrest?
Well, I mean, what I've seen so far is much more sound. They look to be in a spot where they're doing things to put people in the best spot to be successful. Their new head football coach was an offensive coordinator in college before joining Republic's head football coach in Kansas at the high school level. And so he knows what he's doing. He's got a good staff, and we're going to have to get better. I mean, that's going to be our battle cry all week, is we need to take steps the right direction every single week.
Yeah. Coach, I appreciate it. Congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
Thanks, Alex.
That was Lebanon head football coach Will Christian joining the Jacket Nation postgame show. And obviously want to say thank you to everybody who joined in and tuned in for the first ever regular season stream tonight. Before we leave, want to thank our sponsors, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Missouri Cooperage, Jonesy's Travel Center, Mercy Hospital, Lebanon, Pillar Insurance, Quality Heating and Air, and Team FBC students. And, of course, if you want to join the team at Jacket Nation, you can contact me at alex@jacketnationsports.com. That will wrap things up for Week 1 from Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets victorious over the Parkview Vikings 56-0.